Welcome into the Casual Gaming Conversation. I'm Connor. That's Nick. This is your weekly gaming podcast from Co-op 64. Today, we are deciding the Mount Rushmores for PlayStation consoles, 4 games for each console. What paints the picture for the PlayStation 1 through the PlayStation 5? But before we get into that, Nick, how are we feeling?
Doing well, man. We're shooting this on Thanksgiving. A lot to be thankful for, as always. Thank you for enduring 100+ episodes of Casual Gaming Conversation. We're always very stoked about that. This is a weird year. This is the first year I'm not at a Thanksgiving dinner in my entire life. And I'm not going to lie, it's pretty amazing.
I'm stoked about this, honestly. Just a day of playing video games and talking about video games and enjoying football. The food, overrated.
Yep. And the big thing, and you and I have talked about this, and the reason that we sort of set up this day for us is vacation doesn't exist for you in busy season at all.
I need a recharge day. And This is what this is.
And nothing's going to recharge you more than debating a PlayStation of Mount Rushmore's. But for me, also just the busyness of October, I definitely I've discussed multiple times, but then it didn't really slow down after that. This is the recharge point from basically September, Hades coming out, all the way through me reviewing 6 or 7 different titles at that point. But yeah, it's just been a busy time, and it's nice to have a day literally on the calendar that is refresh. Even though, yes, I did stream this morning, and yes, we're shooting a podcast now. But overall, this is all fun stuff. This is the good type of work that provides a lot of energy.
I'm gonna get out of here, throw PJs on, and just sink into PlayStation VR 2 for the rest of the day. It's gonna be awesome.
How do you want to discuss this console at all right now?
I will be discussing it for my hot take.
Okay,
so,
there we go. We'll hop in there. But yeah, man, life's been good. No complaints. Obviously, as always, Thanksgiving, all about the football. I got some last night. Got some of those peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. It's just Toll House. Toss them in the oven for 10 minutes. Good to go. And when I tell you that the joy that I am going to experience today watching football and eating cookies is going to bring to my soul, it's going to be perfect. Down to the last minute detail. It's going to be awesome.
Who do you got? Make the predictions for the games today, and you will probably look like a fool because this is coming out after the games,
yes,
and you'll be wrong for all of them.
I predict the Lions will win. I predict the Chiefs will win in a close one, and I predict the Bengals will win in a gross game. People need to chill out about the Ravens. People need to chill out. The defense, everyone's the defense has been top 5 in the past few weeks. They've played bumps in the past few weeks. Lamar not playing good at quarterback right now. He's not doing his job. I don't know why people are this team is gonna be. They're back.
It feels like they've been lucky to escape with a win for a lot of these
teams.
Yeah,
they play the Jets. The Jets keep it close with Tyrod Taylor for a couple weeks. They played the Browns. They would have lost.
They were losing for most of that game.
Yeah, oh, but no, they're bad. It's no. I know it's hard to win in the NFL. I know it's hard, but I think that this Bengals game is going to be a legitimate test, and I think if the Bengals win, everyone's oh, dude, they're going to need to win out to go 9-8 to make the playoffs. I'm I don't think that that's necessarily the case with the schedule that the Steelers have the rest of the way and the Ravens have the rest of the way. I think 8-9 can steal this division. They have enough divisional matchups to go, and they face the Ravens twice. They got the Browns one more time. So I don't know. I feel like the Bengals aren't completely out of it if they win it tonight.
I'm riding with you for all those picks, except I think that the Cowboys beat the Chiefs.
How exciting would that be? What a Thanksgiving miracle that would be. I don't know if Romo's calling the game, but can you imagine Romo and Nance in the booth having to call a Thanksgiving game where Patrick Mahomes is just sucking? It's what's happened these past couple weeks, or the Chiefs have gotten down so fast, so early that it's just they don't look like themselves.
Yeah.
Also, when you're running the ball, they rushed 30 times with Kareem Hunt last game. 30 times. When you're rushing, I know that Kareem Hunt is actually not that old, but when you're rushing 400-year-old Kareem Hunt instead of putting the ball in Pat Mahomes' hands, shit's wrong with that team. There is issues over there. There's cracks. With that being said, still don't. I would rather the Patriots, as a Patriots fan, play any other team than the Chiefs in the playoffs, and I would feel better about our chances than against the Chiefs. Every game that the Chiefs play, they have the advantage of quarterback and coach. That's a fact. And so if that is the case, it is hard to win playoff games with that being the case compared to our Lord and Savior Drake May coming in and playing Bo Nix or even like Josh Allen or just anyone right now, I feel a lot better with. You ready to hop into some housekeeping?
Yeah, let's jump into it so we can get into this really fun discussion that's not going to be heated, I'm sure. This show is made possible by all our lovely supporters over on Patreon. You can get this show 3 days early. You can get the Casual Gaming News Conversation 3 days early, and you can get bonus episodes of the Casual Gaming Conversation each and every week. We just posted a spoiler cast for Ghost of Yote, so if you finish that game, you've rolled credits on it, and you want to talk about the story in depth, we got a podcast for you over on Patreon at that lowest tier. We also have other spoiler casts in the backlog like Death Stranding 2 and Donkey Kong Bonanza and a bunch of various other topics in the Casual Gaming Conversation bonus episode backlog. At the next tier up, you have Recollecting Retro, the Co-op 64 podcast, and 2 bonus TikToks every other week. And at the highest tier, you can get your name read at the end of each and every podcast, and you can write in to be the 4th topic on the Co-op 64 podcast. We really appreciate everybody supporting over there on Patreon. It's been truly amazing, and we appreciate the support. Over on the Twitch side of things, Monday, Nick is continuing on with Cyberpunk 2077. Brady and I will be popping in and out of those streams for the rest of the year, depending on our availability. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, Nick is playing Final Fantasy X. I think now you're actually in the last third of the game.
Yeah, I've been in the last third of this game for like 4 streams, apparently.
Yeah. I honestly thought you had already gotten to the Comlands earlier than where you currently are or whatever. So, and then I don't know what I'm playing on Wednesdays. I just beat Batman Arkham Asylum. I have not decided. I thought I still had like 2 or 3 more weeks of this game because it said I was at 44% completion, but I did not realize that was full game completion to 100% of the game. So we're gonna have to make a decision on if I'm gonna play a few short games, one medium-sized game, or just like do a bunch of one-off streams. So we'll see.
Well, I'll probably say that I don't know where this is gonna end up. You might start out a full game instead of this, but I want to hop in on this housekeeping too. Starting up on Monday, December 12th, it is GOTY week for us. It is Game of the Year week, takeover. We always, every single year, want to participate in the hype of the Game Awards with you. If you're like me, this takes over your entire mind share for the entirety of that week. And so during that week, I will be beating one of the Game of the Year nominees, as I've done for the past 2 years. And this year, it is Hollow Knight Silksong. So starting up on December 8th, I believe I'm going to start probably around 9 o'clock, maybe 10, one of those 2 times. We're going to be streaming basically every day for the entire day, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday leading into the Game Awards. So just get excited about that. Yeah. And then we will be live streaming the Game Awards. You do not want to miss it. It is probably the most fun stream we do every year that's not like put on by us, sort of way. It's a blast. And if you are somebody that likes the Game Awards, we are the place to watch it with.
It's going to be very fun to see how many tries it takes you on some of these bosses. Just will solidify in my mind that I am the better gamer at Co-op 64 because I imagine you're going to take more tries than I did. Hollow Knight Silksong, not that hard. Not as hard as everybody says it is.
Yeah, sure, okay. He's good at Silksong. Apparently also, I don't know, I've never seen you play it, but apparently Celeste, maybe platformers, 2D platformers, you might have the edge on me on. Maybe we set up a way. Well, I beat you in speedrunners, so I'm trying to give you 2D platformers in the gauntlet, Connor.
Did you? No, I won speedrunners.
Okay, then there we go. Yeah, maybe, Connor, let's play speedrunners right now for the belt. I know you want that
smoke. I have a game in mind. I just need to figure out when I'm going to come over here to challenge you for the belt. It's kind of difficult when I have like a Tuesday off or a Thursday off, like my one afternoon off per week to justify coming over here with the console, setting it up and playing whatever for an hour.
Oh, with that being said, by the way, Thursday, most likely for this, we're still in the Twitch time, right? Thursday most likely will be a different timed for stream. 7 to 10 on Tuesday for Final Fantasy X. I have a wedding that I need to like wake up stupid early for the next morning to drive and do a full travel day. So CGNC might need to be shot on that Thursday. That's going to affect the timing of certain things. Just a heads up, it'll be in the Discord for announcements there.
Over in the Discord, we have 2,800 community members talking about games, movies, music. We also do community nights over there. We have Halo Community Night coming up in December.
On December 14th.
Oh, December 14th.
Yeah, we have the dates. It's it's here. We're getting ready to gear up and get her done. It's gonna be a fun time.
Also, I alluded to a secret game that I am playing. If you would like to know that secret game, join the game club where we all get together, choose a game for the month, play through it, and then have a discussion in the Discord about said game. So I've been participating in that this month for the first time. Oh no, I did 1000X Resist earlier this year. That feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That was this year? Right?
Yeah, I think so. Because 1000X Resist was for GOTY stuff last year, and you didn't beat it in time for GOTY stuff last year.
Okay, that makes
sense. So I think it was January this year or February this year.
My timeline is completely thrown off right now.
You want to know something crazy?
Down.
I had a crazy like deja vu moment where I went and grabbed some Chick-fil-A, and it was just like an afternoon, and I don't get to game in the afternoon too often, but for some reason on Tuesday, I think it was, I had some time to get some game time in the afternoon. I grabbed Chick-fil-A, come in, grabbed the not the 30th anniversary controller, but the blue controller that I have for the PS5. Grabbed that, sat on the couch, and I was like, it feels like I'm getting ready to play Final Fantasy VII Rebirth right now, like, and review it. Like, I had the exact meal. It was the same gloomy weather around that time for some reason. I was like, man, that feels like not too long ago, and it's been a year and 9 months at this point.
I feel like as I've gotten older, the deja vu stuff has just become more and more consistent. Like, I feel like it happens all the time. Anyways, you can support the channel by purchasing merch, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs over at co-op64store.com, and leave us nice reviews over on Apple Podcast services. It gets the show out to more people, and we would really appreciate that. Alrighty, let's get into hot takes. I'm going to kick us off today. My gaming hot take is, what the fuck was PlayStation thinking with PSVR 2? Like, they sent this thing out to die completely. They barely supported it. They put one game out from a first-party perspective with Horizon Call of the Mountain. They were like, that's it. That's enough. And now they've cut shipments apparently in half of this thing. It's a complete failure. And no fucking shit, it's a complete failure. You didn't support it. They do this with all their products, seemingly. They did it with the Vita back in the day. They're doing it again with the PSVR 2. And that's a fucking travesty because this tech is really fucking cool. They haven't completely thrown in the white flag. They've gotten a few third-party games to come this year over. Hitman World of Assassination is apparently fantastic. Metro Awakening, the Thief VR game is coming out at the end of this month. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is coming out next year on PSVR 2. So there's still a lot of good third-party support. But, like, why is there no first-party support for this thing? You literally bought Firesprite to make VR games. That's who made Call of the Mountain. And apparently now they're working on Until Dawn 2, not a VR game. Astrobot last year. Why is there not a VR mode for that? The Astrobot got its footing on VR with Astrobot Rescue Mission. That's also not available on PSVR 2. They didn't port that over. Why is there no VR support for Astrobot last year? That makes no fucking sense. They even gave the option to buy a adapter for PC because they were like, we know we're not supporting this thing, so fuck it. We'll let the PC crowd support it instead. So you can go play Half-Life Alyx because we can't get Valve to port Half-Life Alyx. Over here, you would just need to pay $60 to get this adapter to use it on PC. It's very weird. I don't know why PlayStation half-assed this thing. I don't know why they half-assed just about everything they do when it comes to live service initiatives, when it comes to mobile initiatives lately with the Horizon and Ratchet and Clank game. They're half-assing that. Why are those not on PS5? They did it back in the day with the Vita. It's like every cool, interesting, weird idea that they have, they're like, just shit it out, whatever. Like, and they seemingly are shocked when it fails. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. It pisses me off. Shout out to the PSVR 2 because it's really cool and I'm really enjoying it. But I'm bummed that PlayStation seemingly has just completely given up on it. So yeah, that's my hot take.
I don't have a lot to say on this. Because I've since day one of this system being on the market, I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work out.
The PSVR 1 sold 2 million units.
I know. It was, but that was a different time. That was a different time where VR was the new hotness, whereas now there's so many more competitors. There's also big dog competitors that if you want a VR unit, you already got your VR unit. You have the MetaQuest 3. This was like
this is a higher quality unit, though. Like, you're getting way higher visual fidelity, OLED screens in the PSVR 2.
I know.
So if you're a VR enthusiast, you're getting the PSVR 2.
They should have gone, and it shouldn't have come out at $500 either. Yeah. Like, there's a lot. The
only reason I bought it is because it's $300 on Black Friday.
Yeah. It was too damning across the board when it came to just the pitfalls it was falling into, and releasing a console at that point too in the life cycle of the PlayStation 5 was it's just like shocking for them not to. If you're gonna do it, you got to support it. You got to go for it. They half-assed it, and it just didn't work out. And the writing was on the wall, in my opinion, pretty early on with that console. But I'm excited that you're enjoying it. I'm also excited at the like prospect of us streaming Resident Evil 4 in VR and making Brady do that.
I cannot wait to play RE4 and RE8 in this thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about picking up GT7. Apparently, that game is life-altering.
Yeah.
I played Luminous Arise in this thing. Holy fucking shit,
Connor
dude.
might have had
shit rules.
Connor might have had the text message of the year, where I woke up to this because it was like I've been going to bed around like 10:30 recently. It's been really good for me to just be in a good cycle. Go sleep around 10:30. Wake up to you texting me at 7:30. Whatever needs to get done from the night prior.
Yeah.
But I go and I wake up to this text message, and Connor goes and it's like, yeah, I just played Luminous.
I played Luminous Arise in VR.
And then he sends the photo of Drake and Josh after writing the Demonator.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And it's their hairs all standing up. And I just can remember Josh Peck and Drake Bell just being like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I just imagine that was you in your living room, and Lauren the cat's all just like, what's happening over there? And like you're losing your mind. I can't imagine playing that game in VR because it's already insanely stimulating.
Yeah.
And so that's gotta be nuts.
With the fucking chameleons on the side, dude,
yeah.
just absolutely
Wait, are they
popping up.
like oh gosh,
the whole thing is just like around you. It's awesome, dude.
That's sick.
And like the certain levels that I think are a little bit lackluster, not in VR, like the fruit and vegetable level, when those are like flying at you or whatever in like 3D. In VR, it looks insane. It's
sick.
really cool. But yeah.
All right, you ready for me to hop in?
Yeah, hit me.
My video game hot take for today is there's no such thing as Nintendo bias. I see that a lot of people, when it comes to review scores, see Nintendo games get like some of the highest praise in the industry. I think that they just have some of the most immaculately designed video games ever, and that's why they are so well praised. I look at something like Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm like, these are just like the best puzzle rooms in gaming with terrific open world design, some of the best music ever. Of course it's going to review well. I look at something like Metroid Prime 1, which has like a 97 or something on Metacritic. It is just arguably the gold standard of what a 3D Metroidvania is. Terrific music, unbelievable level design. It's gorgeous. And then I think about something like Mario Odyssey and the collectathon nature of what I want a platform to be. Guess what? It's Mario Odyssey. They are just going and creating such well-designed video games that when you go and see it come out and be like, oh man, like, this game's got another 90 plus. That's just Nintendo bump. It's like, nah, this is just some of the most well-designed shit on the market right now. Then I look even at something like Kirby Air Riders, which I know is a little bit more like tumultuous, but the people that have picked up and played Kirby Air Riders across the board are having a very fun time with it. I have not seen a single person be like, not for me, this game's lackluster, it's whatever. It's like, this game's super colorful. I'm having a great time with it. This game feels content complete. This is awesome. Is it a 9 out of 10? No, but it's got like a 78 on Metacritic, and I think that that's probably right around where it should be. It didn't get this massive Nintendo bump that a lot of people go and point to. I think that there really isn't a thing called the Nintendo bump. I think that they just create some of the best video games, and it comes down to game design, and that's why they go and get really high review scores.
I think I disagree with this. I think that a lot of Nintendo games get a point or two more than they potentially deserve based off of just the love for a particular IP. Like, people love Mario. People have a lot of memories with Mario. Zelda, very similarly, has a lot of nostalgia and love for it, that I think that it's really easy to fall in love with these worlds and with the games that these characters are in. And I think that that leads a lot of critics to score these games a little bit higher. I think you can look to something like Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I think Donkey Kong is a bit of a lesser IP for Nintendo, and if that was a Mario game, I think it would score higher. If it was the same game,
I don't know.
I legitimately believe that.
Like, where's Donkey Kong Bonanza at right now? It's a 91. Yeah, I think that 91's a perfectly fair score for it. I don't think that it would get to 93 if it was Mario. I think it would just be a 91.
Wild to me how divisive this game is. When for like actual like gamers, whatever, in our Discord, I feel like I constantly am seeing people either completely in love with it or completely put off by it, and just being like, it's really difficult for me to get into. Brian and Mr. Munchies both are just like, I don't like this game very much.
Yeah.
Which is so wild to me. I'm bummed for them, honestly, because it's just like, I love this game to death, and I had such a joyous experience playing it that I want other people to have a similar time with it. So it's a bummer that not everybody enjoys Donkey Kong as much as I do. But I do think that there's a little bit of a bump that plays in with Nintendo IP just because of that nostalgia factor. Is that fair or not? I don't necessarily know. I don't think that it's like, oh, strip out the IP and what is this? Would it review the same? It's like, maybe not, but you can't strip out the IP because the IP it's the game. Like it's a Metroid game. You can't say like, oh, just take away the Metroid name, and it's like, but you can't do that because that's what it is.
But like, I think my bigger point here is the high end of these Nintendo reviews, where it's like, these are just like game design. Like I was talking to somebody else that's in the industry with us about like game design and being like, I think Metroid Prime arguably has the best game design ever.
Yeah.
Like period, bar none. I also think that Ocarina of Time has just some of the best level and dungeon design ever, and like what that entire package is. That being the highest reviewed game on Metacritic, I want to say, like
yep,
makes
99.
sense to me. Like, I'm not upset with that.
Yeah.
And so, like,
I agree with that.
I feel like there's people are like, you're just like relying on stuff. I know that there's certain reviews you can point to. I would say Skyward Sword when it comes to Zelda. A lot of people didn't love that, but it reviewed very high, and you can say that's Zelda. But I feel like in the modern era, it's not as much IP driven. I think Mario Wonder is a great example of this. Mario Wonder is a terrific platformer, but it didn't go and live up to what we know a unbelievable 2D platformer is in Super Mario Bros. 3 and World. It didn't review as high as those games, and it doesn't deserve to, in my opinion. But also, it got the review score that I think is justified around that like 85 area. So
I don't know. I think that if you compare Mario Wonder to other 2D platformers on the market like Celeste, it is a major step down from something like that. And I think that it should review even lower than it did.
Connor, guess what Celeste has on Metacritic?
92.
Nailed it. Guess what Mario Wonder has on Metacritic?
85.
92.
Yeah, really?
That's too high. That's
Holy
too high.
Shit.
That's too high. I think that it's a amazing platform. 8.5 for me is where I
that's a perfect example of a bump, in my opinion. That is not; those games are not comparable.
But I think that also I could make an argument that Mario Wonder is a unbelievable platformer. It just goes and it is elevated in its creativity in music and the Wonder Seeds and all that in a way that I think is like legitimately brilliant. The hard part is you compare that Mario title to Super Mario Bros. 3 and it's really hard. It's an uphill battle because Super Mario Bros. 3 just is so freaking immaculate from the gameplay design and innovation and exactly what that game is. So yeah, this is an interesting one. We're 22 minutes in. We haven't even hopped into this debate ass podcast, but yeah, I think that I'm sticking with it. That like I think that Mario Wonder is an immaculately designed video game, and so it can get 92.
Immaculately designed video game.
The Wonder Seeds go and create a complete new world basically halfway through this level every single time.
I do appreciate that they don't stick on any idea for very long. They're constantly introducing something new, and I think that's
had a blast
really
playing
awesome.
that. Like the fun per minute in that game is off the chain. Also, Mario's a freaking elephant. Tell me that game's not a masterpiece, Connor.
I can't argue with that.
All right, let's get into this. This was a you idea. Do you want to break?
Technically, it was an invented internet idea. Okay. A regular on our streams, he came in and asked, like, what's the Mount Rushmore for GameCube games? And that sparked in my mind like that's a really complicated question because like you can't always say like, well, these are the 4 best games for this console, so they should be the Mount Rushmore. In my opinion, it should be what paints the picture of this console and like what describes the console the best. Like what is essential for like these are the 4 definitive games. Not the best. Necessarily, but just this is what the PlayStation 1 is.
This reminds me 2023 Xbox 360 top 10 guessing list. Halo 3 wasn't on. It was number 10 or 11 on that list for Metacritic. And it's like, that's blasphemy for me.
Yeah.
But also, like, there's very well reviewed and ranked games on that system, so sure. But like when you're talking through the 360, it's like Halo 3. That is what that console is.
I don't think that Gears of War is even close to the best Xbox 360 games. That's on the Mount
Gears 3
Rushmore.
probably should be on there, yeah.
I think Gears 1 maybe. just because like it started that franchise and like it's essential to get to Gears 3.
That's fair.
That makes sense.
I'm so curious. Yeah. So Connor came up with this idea of like, let's do this for podcasting. And so this is a fun thing. And this is a little inside baseball. We love the bracket episodes. Y'all love the bracket episodes. We love the tier list episodes. Y'all love the tier list episodes. I look at episode as 100 as our best episode, period, bar none, that we've ever done on this podcast. And that was us debating the top 10 consoles. Top 10s will come back. Like that will be something that we want to look at. Not as frequent as a bracket, not as frequent as a tier list. We think that those are very special episodes. We can only do one of those every now and then. But this is a fun little different idea, a little separate from those things, and I'm stoked about it. Like,
because a top 10 looks completely different than the top 4 Mount Rushmores for these respective consoles.
Yeah, the top 4 games that we're going to be having on here are not like the top 4 PS1 games. Probably not the top 4 PlayStation 1 games. You want to hop in?
Yeah, I think we're just gonna throw out games and just debate whether or not are we gonna throw out games? We'll throw them on the board and then we'll start crossing stuff off, or do we want to first start out with what is definitively 100% going to be on there? Because I think there's 2 games for PS1 immediately.
Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yes.
Period.
Those are
that is the PlayStation 1. Those are the 2 most important games, arguably, to all of PlayStation. I can make a strong case that those 2 games are the most important PlayStation games ever, and it's funny because they're third party. This is where we also got to say third parties on the board today. Does it need to be exclusive? That can be conversation down the line. But third parties are definitely on the board today to go and figure out like what we're doing here and how it's going to go. So we got Metal Gear Solid 1. Final Fantasy 7. I'm okay with you putting Metal Gear Solid 1 in the 1 spot. I'll live with that.
This isn't ranked.
I know. These are just 4 faces on the board.
Who's the George Washington of the PlayStation 1?
Connor, the George
don't
Washington.
Ask me to name the other presidents that are on Mount Rushmore because I don't know.
Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, Roosevelt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they all, and this is the other thing. We could go and double back on these episodes here in years down the line because the 4 presidents represent 4 different things for America. And we could go and argue that that's the slots that we should be doing, not just the top 4 that represent. But yeah, no.
Right. So now we're going to start throwing out games. We're going to list them below this, and then we're going to start crossing stuff out.
I want to be the first one to list a new game.
You're going to say Tekken 3.
I'm going to say Gran Turismo.
Okay.
Gran Turismo defining what the PlayStation is. Are always one of the high selling series. I think that if we do this and we don't have a Gran Turismo on this list, we did something wrong.
I think that we can have that conversation for PS2.
There's too many PS2 games. There's too many PS2 games.
I think there's too many PS1 games. Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought that's where you're gonna go. Before I say Tekken 3, or maybe I'll let you say Tekken 3. Tony Hawk Pro Skater needs to be on this board, like something awful. And you could argue Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I have Metacritic up right now. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is the highest Metacritic on this. But Pro Skater 1 defining what you get from an arcade skateboard game, like arguably the most fun permanent series of all time. Skateboarding games in general. Sold immensely well. Tony Hawk is PlayStation to a large degree too.
Reinvigorated a sport outside of the game. Like that's how I became interested in
skate culture, dude. Yeah, for sure.
And real quick, circling back to Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I think that the argument needs to be made that it created a genre. Metroidvanias are not what they are today without Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, exclusive to the PlayStation 1, at least for the first year at launch, because then it came to the Saturn, I think a year after. But like nobody played the fucking Saturn. So,
do you want to add a game, or do you want me to add a game?
Is there any more Final Fantasy on here? Final Fantasy 9? I don't think so. I think you can't have.
You can't have 2 from the same genre unless we're talking Metal Gear.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And this is where it's gonna get really dicey because it's like I don't know what do you have the PlayStation 1 without Tomb Raider? Is the PlayStation 1 without Tomb Raider the right answer?
It is an essential title on the PlayStation 1. Is it a very good title, though? I think at the time it was really impressive, but I think that by today's standards, a lot of people look back on that game and say, it's not great. Crash Bandicoot.
Well, first put Tekken 3 on there. Okay. And because Tekken 3 needs to be on there. And Tekken 3 will be the first major argument point that I have. I'm going to make my opening argument here as Connor also writes Crash Bandicoot on the board. Tekken 3... Tekken wasn't Tekken without Tekken 3. It is one of the most content complete fighting games ever. It is one of just the best fighting games. Also, if I were to go and explain what a fighting game is and the technicalities of it and how to feel out a fighting game, Tekken 3 is the one that I'm pointing to. Probably the most important fighting game ever, that or Street Fighter 2. Like it's between those two, and also the popularization of the franchise. PS1, one of the highest selling games on the PS1, Tekken 3. Like it is so much. PlayStation and Tekken 3, PS1. Those go together like peanut butter and jelly. So you got Crash Bandicoot and you toss Spyro on there.
Yeah. 3D platformers on the PlayStation 1 competing with the man over on the Nintendo console, Mario. Doing something a little bit different as well, Crash Bandicoot with like the just kind of running towards the camera type vibe or whatever.
Yeah.
Kind of taking the 2D platformer and turning it on its side and turning it into 3D, if that makes sense.
For sure. And it works well.
Yeah, I don't think these games hold up the best, but they were innovative and interesting for the time.
Resident Evil 2.
Yes. Resident Evil 1.
I think Resident Evil 1 for the GameCube is a more interesting conversation.
For the remake?
Yeah.
No. I think Resident Evil 1 on the PlayStation 1 kicking off one of the most influential and important franchises of all time.
I think just so many people look at PS1 and they think of Resident Evil 2 more so than 1 nowadays.
I can't speak to the original version of these games, though. My experience with RE1 is in the remake, which is closer to the original version than RE2 remake is to RE2 original.
I'm fine with doing RE1. Or put them both on there. You can do Resident Evil 1 like /2, and because I think that they're kind of having the same conversation, right? Of like the importance of Resident Evil on the system. Any other JRPGs that we want to toss on there?
Final Fantasy Tactics is a conversation, I guess, but I don't think that has the icon status. Not even in the same fucking ballpark as MGS or Final Fantasy 7.
Or
same with stuff like Chrono Cross or Xenogears.
No Parasite Eve,
Story,
obviously.
no Parasite Eve.
I'm just scrolling down. Like
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal is definitely a great pull. I don't think that it's gonna survive on a list like this, but it's a good pull for sure. Like it's better than all the games that we just listed beforehand.
Real quick, people get frustrated that we position ourselves in front of the whiteboard and you can't see it. This is an audio first podcast, by the way. It is a podcast. It is not a video. So we try our best to just speak on what we are putting on the board. This board is honestly for us more than anybody else.
Oh yeah, for sure. So as of right now, speaking of which, we have Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy holding the 1 and the 2 spot. 3 and 4 are still open, and then we have Gran Turismo, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 or 2, Tomb Raider, Tekken 3, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Resident Evil, Twisted Metal,
Ape Escape.
Sure, you can toss it on there. I think that Ape Escape is I don't think it's as important even as Crash or Spyro, but I think it's fine to be on the board. I think that we're running short at this point for PS1.
Medieval.
I'm looking. I'm at 168.
What are you on Metacritic?
On Metacritic, 7 pages deep. Connor, 168th game on Metacritic. Reviewing at score 55. The Grinch. Just a heads up for you. A little trivia for you.
55.
Yeah, I'm on the 168th game on the system. Like,
damn.
It gets. The 168th game on PlayStation.
I thought there would be 100 games above like an 70? 80 or 70. Yeah.
No. Oh, what game number do you think is? 122 is where the 70s start. So yeah.
Okay.
There's 121 games 70 or up. That's interesting. And then it dives real fast after that.
I'm like looking through.
Crash Bash. No, I think that this is the board. I really do. For most important plus this is the board.
So let's start crossing stuff off. Twisted Metal, Ape Escape, off the board.
Yeah. Those two tests are excited to be on the board.
Spyro or Crash Bandicoot?
Spyro can go now.
Okay.
Crash is the one for mascot.
Tomb Raider staying.
Yep.
Resident Evil.
All these stay as of right now.
I think that,
so we're down to 2 spots left. Gran Turismo, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Tomb Raider, Tekken 3, Crash Bandicoot, Resident Evil. Where do you feel like the top end of this board is? By the way,
the best game on here is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and then it's Resident Evil. If we're talking about quality,
Tekken 3 would like it to.
Tekken 3 is in the conversation as well.
It has like
but
97
that's not
on
the conversation we're having today. We're having iconic.
Yeah, totally.
Describes the PlayStation 1.
By the way, Tekken 3 is the second highest review game on the system.
Wow.
96.
Awesome. Well deserved.
96 also for Gran Turismo, by the way.
But do people think of fighting games when they think of the PS1?
I think that they do. I think that is like the PS1. It's not they think of fighting games. They think of Tekken 3. Like they think of Tekken 2 a little bit. Also, they think of Tekken 3.
But do they think of Tekken 3 over Resident Evil?
Yeah, no. I think so. You want to see how many copies got sold?
I hate using PS1 that as a metric, but I think it does apply here, I guess.
Because we're talking about like icon status, and yes, that's how many consoles. PS1 highest selling games. But like
what is more relevant today? Resident Evil or Tekken?
I can make an there's Evo. Like Tekken.
It's Resident Evil, Nick.
I don't know about that. I think that you're in your bubble, man. And if you go outside that bubble, you'll see a big ass fighting game community saying.
I think if you ask hardcore gamers what is more relevant, they would go with Resident Evil, and I think that factors in here because we're talking about the
Tekken 3 is the fifth highest selling game on the console behind GT 1 and 2, Final Fantasy 7 and 8.
Wow.
Resident Evil's not in the top 10.
Okay. Well.
So if we want to go, or we're saying now, when you look back at the PS1, is it Resident? By the way, I'm going to say this now: Gran Turismo needs to be on the number 3.
It needs to be.
It needs to be. And we can have the conversation of like, this is not the best conversation. We're not having the best conversation.
We're not having the best, but I think that does factor in. We're trying to meld all of these factors into the Mount Rushmore.
It has a 96 on Metacritic, though, Connor.
Gran Turismo
1 has a 96 on Metacritic, and it is the most sold game, and it is arguably the most important racing franchise ever.
The most game on PS3 is Gran Turismo. Well,
GTA 5.
GTA 5, and then it's Gran Turismo.
I understand,
5.
but that's a different conversation. That doesn't define the PS3. It does define the PS1. It for sure defines the PS1. If you were to
does it define it today, though? If that makes sense.
Yes. I don't care that it hasn't probably sold the most copies on retro game stores recently, but when I think about the PS1, I think about my answer. I think Gran Turismo was in a league above all these other ones. I think after it's a conversation. I think it's how like there's S tier, A tier down the line.
We're gonna have to cut Resident Evil, Crash Bandicoot, or Tekken 3,
or Symphony of the Night. I don't think Symphony of the Night's long for the world on this one.
Which fucking sucks.
It's probably the best game there. Yeah.
I'm going to cross off Pro Skater. I feel like that's a tier below a lot of these, yeah. When I just listen to those,
I think
Pro Skater's added Crash. Associate the PS1 with Crash Bandicoot over
I don't think so. I think that Pro Skater is PlayStation 1, man. It was
on the N64.
I know, but it's PlayStation 1. Karn, can you imagine, real quick, close your eyes. Imagine playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 on the N64. I know you did, but like, it's not a game meant for the one stick.
It doesn't matter. Like, I think that is a major factor in associating one of these games with the console over another.
Here's what we should do. We should cross off Tony Hawk. We should cross off Crash Bandicoot.
No.
Yeah, and we should cross off Castlevania. Castlevania is the best game on this list. It's not making it.
Fine. Created a fucking genre, but whatever.
It's. Oh no, you want from me, dude? It's not. That is not.
I think we can cross off Tomb Raider.
That's so.
I know it's wild.
I think Tomb Raider is more PlayStation 1 than Crash Bandicoot.
That's insane, Nick.
It's one. It sold more copies.
Tomb Raider did?
Yeah, then from Crash 1. Crash 3 sold more than Tomb Raider.
But we're talking today. We're talking about today's perspective. Like, but maybe at the time.
But when you think of the PS1, I think that people could make the argument when you think of the PlayStation 1, you think of Tomb Raider ahead of both of those games.
I think you could argue Crash Bandicoot. I don't think you argued that for Tomb Raider.
Gran Turismo needs to go at number 3, Connor. like we're still having that conversation.
I cannot get over the fact that we are going to cut Resident Evil from this.
Connor, it kind of just has to go. It will make it on the GameCube list for Gran Turismo, or not Gran Turismo. Resident Evil 1 remake will make it on the. Actually, no, that would be Resident Evil 4 for GameCube.
Yeah,
that's when it's gonna get its flowers. When we do this for Nintendo, and you got to do all right, because I think that it's in a tier below the other ones.
We should have had the audience here for this so we could vote on this potentially.
We got it. Because
we're gonna need to give each other some concessions here. Just understand.
Yeah. We can talk about it. Gran Turismo has to be. I legitimately think that we will not be doing our due diligence if Gran Turismo is not.
We do Gran Turismo and Resident Evil, or Gran Turismo and Crash Bandicoot. I think Tekken 3 needs to be cut then.
I disagree.
I'm
sorry so much.
I don't think Gran Turismo should be on there. I'm giving that to you. I think that Tomb Raider and Crash Bandicoot are more iconic nowadays than Gran Turismo. When people think and look back on their memories with the PS1, just because of sales, I think that's the only argument you have for Gran Turismo.
Connor, it's a game series that to this day is like a top 2 selling game series on the PS5.
I understand.
Like it
Racing games are like still this like separate offshoot from like just general gaming.
I understand, but there's still gamers. There's still the people that are playing Farmville on Facebook are still gamers.
I understand.
That's what Gran Turismo is. That and
I'm fine with putting Gran Turismo up there.
But it should be Gran Turismo and Tekken 3 because fighting games.
I'm not giving you Tekken 3 and Gran Turismo. You're not getting both of them.
I don't want Gran Turismo. It's just right.
Okay.
Put Gran Turismo at 3. That is right. And then we can have the conversation between Crash and Resident Evil. I want people to know that I'm right and Connor's wrong, but we are here to get this done in a nice way where we don't murder each other.
And we're not here for 4 hours.
Where are we going? Are we? You can take Tekken 3 off the board. You can cross it out.
Okay.
It should be Tekken 3, but
I think Crash Bandicoot or Resident Evil are the right choices here, or one of those two. I understand the argument for Tomb Raider.
Here's what I'll do. I'll agree that it's probably Crash. Because when we get to the PS2 conversation, not a single mascot is probably making it.
Yeah, because they split the vote.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Actually, there's kind of a mascot they'll make. We'll talk about when we get there. I would say Crash.
Okay.
Resident Evil it's got its hands in too many different pockets, all right? It's got some GameCube love. It's got some PS2 love. It's got some PS4 love, I'll even bring up. RE7 coming back, super important to the PS4.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Brutal.
And also, I want to apologize for being away from the mic, just the way I have to write on the board and like if they're turning constantly. Like I imagine it doesn't sound the best.
Yeah. All right. Looking ahead to the PS2, but first and foremost, the PS1 is Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VII, Gran Turismo, Crash Bandicoot. I will say, I don't dislike this. I like as much as like I don't agree. I think that this is
mostly right. Yeah.
I think that this is like
very
95%. Yeah. Like I don't think anyone looks at that and goes, "You're wrong."
What the fuck?
I do think if Gran Turismo was not on that list, we would be wrong. Like outright wrong.
That's all spelled right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. All right, PS2, GTA 3.
No,
San Andreas or Vice City.
I think it's San Andreas.
Do we just want to say San Andreas?
We're factoring in icon status and best.
I want to toss out the fact.
I think most people will say San Andreas.
Really? Because the best conversation goes to San Andreas.
Vice City.
But Vice City has it legitimately, and not in the way that I normally bring it up, it has sex appeal. Yeah. Like that game, it makes sauce. GTA people look at GTA as carjacking, big butts, like all that stuff, right? That's Vice City when I think about GTA on the PS2. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I'm fine to put San Andreas. This is a spot that I'm not.
Representation here.
Do we want to just put it now and just have it be the GTA?
That's definitive.
Great.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm a firm believer that we could end this list literally in 2 seconds to say it's GTA San Andreas, GTA Vice City, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3.
I think Metal Gear Solid splits the vote between 2 and 3. So
let's start writing. Put them both on there.
You gotta keep talking.
I'm looking up right now PS2 Metacritic. I think that I think I can make a strong case that they put
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes, Shadow of the Colossus. God of War 1 needs to go on there.
Not God of War 2. God of War 2 is the better game. Apparently,
I think God of War 1 for icon status.
Yeah, kind of similar to the Gears conversation that we were having earlier.
Yep.
That's funny. I mentioned Gears and it's the same acronym.
Yeah, Gears of War, or God of War.
Yeah.
Devil May Cry.
Yes, but would it be 3?
Probably. And
I think
that's where it just doesn't
I think
even.
3 apparently elevates over 1 in a substantial enough way that it ascends to that higher icon status.
Are we putting Resident Evil 4 on this list?
No.
Yeah, because that's GameCube.
That's GameCube.
Yeah, that defines the GameCube.
So then no Resident Evil then, no Code Veronica, which is also on
it's
platforms.
Out.
Then do we want to throw out certain 3D platformers, 3D mascot platformers, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, Sly?
I would say no. Which one do you choose?
The problem is that it's splits.
Correct. Let's start here. I think that Ratchet and Clank defines the PlayStation 2 the most.
No, because I think that it muddies because they've been around for so many console generations, whereas Sly is the PS2.
Once again, that's a fine take. I would still argue
Jack
that
is the PS2 as well.
sure, those games aren't good enough to be on the board. Then.
I think people would argue Sly 2 is.
I don't think that Sly 2 is making a list like this.
I'm gonna write Sly 2.
Sure,
just
you
to
can
give him a
just
shout.
cross it off. Put Final Fantasy 10 on there.
Yes,
And put Kingdom Hearts 1 on there.
not 2.
PS1, I think Kingdom Hearts 1.
Okay,
Actually,
I think it's Cage 2.
I would put 2. I would put 2. Yeah, that's one of those weird occurrences where you put the other one because I think that you think about certain, like, I think the Thousand Heartless scene is like just a love letter to video games just across the board. And
I envision a PlayStation 2 box art and I see Kingdom Hearts 2's box art.
You want to know what else you can put on there?
What?
Guitar Hero, please. How's that not a PS2 game? How's that not a PS2 game?
It was on everything.
That's a PS2 game.
Wasn't it?
I don't think it was exclusive to it.
Was Guitar Hero 1 and 2 only on PS2, and then 3 was on everything? I know that. Like 3 had a Wii version.
2, or Guitar Hero consoles. Guitar Hero was on PS2. It says 360, and wait, no, that's just the series. We'll move on. It just added for now, but I think Guitar Hero you got to put on there. We'll do some more research into that in a moment. Does something like Okami make the list?
So it came to Wii later down the line, so that hurts it potentially, but I don't think it makes it anyways. But I think it's a good shout.
I think that we're getting real done real fast. Like
Persona
4,
3.
I don't think either of those. You can write one of them, but I don't think that
that's the problem.
They're getting there. Silent Hill 2.
It's also on Xbox.
I know,
but still, I think people associate Silent Hill with
PlayStation.
We also did write Silent Hill for PS1.
Yeah, I did. I thought about it. It didn't come to mind.
I'll write Silent Hill too.
Sure. NBA Street Volume 2. Does that get some love here? And then a lot of people, I just for my heart, we can cross it out right after. Tekken 5 should be on this list.
I don't think Tekken 5 is considered good.
Tekken 5 has an 88 on Metacritic, and a lot of people do look at.
Is it 4 that's not?
I think it's 4 that's not considered great. 4, 6 are not.
The reason I'm thinking about this is because I watched the kind of funny reaction to IGN's top 100 PlayStation games. Did you watch that? It's 3 hours of Bless and Mike and
I did
Kevin.
forever ago.
This was a year ago.
Yeah.
That is one of the worst lists I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
I need to rewatch the podcast.
Over 50% third-party games. Like Baldur's Gate 3 is in the top 10 for PlayStation games.
Yeah. I remember
The Witcher 3, I think, and Red Dead 2. It's like those aren't PlayStation games. You can play them on a PlayStation. That doesn't make them PlayStation games.
I disagree with this take.
Okay.
I think that if you're going to open the door to a third party, you got to open the door to all third party.
Is there anything else here? I'm like going through my collection and trying to pull out a game that might make it.
Yeah, here's what I think that we're done. And so on the board right now, we have GTA San Andreas is going to hold the GTA spot. We have Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Shadow of the Colossus, God of War, DMC 3, Sly 2, FF10, Cage 2, Guitar Hero, Silent Hill 2. I will start here. The number 2 game that should be put on that board is Shadow of the Colossus.
I agree with that.
Shadow of the Colossus is PS2. That is one of the most defining experiences in all of video games. It is one of the most beloved experiences in all of video games. And I think that for a lot of people, it is like the art game on the PS2.
I always spell Colossus wrong. I'm looking it up.
I've never spelled it right either, so you don't need to feel too bad about that one. At number 3, for sure, needs to be Madden 06. Okay, here's why. No. So we for those though that are listening, we have Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Shadow of the Colossus, God of War, DMC 3, Sly 2, FF10, Kingdom Hearts 2, Guitar Hero, Silent Hill 2. You can cross off the bottom 2. Guitar Hero 2 and Silent Hill 2 don't need to be on here. Guitar Hero is interesting. Are you saying Silent Hill 2?
Yeah, I think that's a conversation for sure. But the problem is that I know that it's probably going to get, if I keep it here, maybe it makes it like another round of discussion and then it's going to get cut. So I'll just cut it now.
You can do that. Yeah, same with Guitar Hero.
DMC 3 is getting cut.
Yep. Sly 2 is getting cut. Sly 2 is not surviving this list.
I'm sorry.
Sly 2's gone. This is the conversation. We choose a Metal Gear and then you choose Final Fantasy 10 or Kingdom Hearts 2. And I think the answer is Final Fantasy 10. But or we just do the right thing, Connor. We just do the right thing. Connor,
Kingdom Hearts is more PS2 than Final Fantasy 10.
Well, you want to know what's more PS2 than both those things, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, and they should both be on the list.
No shot.
They should. You think of the PS2, you think of GTA, you think of Metal Gear. Those two games are so different that
I think God of War should be on there over Metal Gear potentially.
no, Connor,
For icon
no.
status for the
I know
PS2.
you create Kratos, but still, like, no. Metal Gear.
God of War is over Final Fantasy X at the very least.
I forgot God of War was even on this board, and it's now it's a kind of a nuisance. When I was thinking through this, by the way, I thought that we would have a GTA, Shadow of the Colossus, a Metal Gear, and God of War. That was my initial thought. I don't know how you can get away from one of these two not being on the list. Final Fantasy X and Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know. And at that point, this is the compromise portion. I don't care what goes on there. A Metal Gear's going on the fucking list.
And here's the thing with Kingdom Hearts versus Final Fantasy on the PS2. Final Fantasy, long-running franchise, had been going long before the PlayStation 2. I think a lot of people look at Final Fantasy on PlayStation 2 with 10 and 12 as like an inflection point of like, okay, we're in modern Final Fantasy, and it splits the fan base a little bit. I know that I feel like in recent years, everybody has come back around on 10 as one of the more beloved Final Fantasy titles. But I would say that Kingdom Hearts coming out on PS2 links it to the PlayStation 2 definitively over something like Final Fantasy. And I would argue that that Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are better games than Final Fantasy X.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is not a better game than Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
It's not.
They're both 8s, but
I'm at a 7.5 for KH1. I'm at like a 9 for Final Fantasy X.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't really scoff at any take on Final Fantasy X, honestly. If you hate Final Fantasy X, I'm like, I get it. If you love Final Fantasy X, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. By the way, it's not. We didn't write it. Katamari Damacy and Okami for the two artsy fartsy games that come to mind.
Katamari fucking bangs.
Yeah.
If Katamari was listed here, I would argue that's the best game on this board.
Yeah, it's not.
You got to play Katamari, but you can't stream it.
Oh, I just got to do it.
You got to just lock in and experience the joy.
Maybe
Katamari
bring it
gives
over on Saturday, and I'll play it Saturday night before hanging out with some people or something.
It's like 5 or 6 hours. It's not very long.
No, not 6 or 7. Final Fantasy. Connor, Metal Gear needs to be the next game that goes on the board.
Which one?
I think you put 3.
I think you put 2.
Here's
MGS2 sold PlayStations. People were buying Zone of the Enders just to play the demo for MGS2.
That's awesome. Here's why I would go and say MGS3 over MGS2. MGS2 still has the heart and soul of Metal Gear Solid 1. MGS3 is the modern Metal Gear experience. And that gameplay, that's what I think about when I think of modern Metal Gear.
Which one sold more?
I literally just looked it up. Oh, you're so smart. Guess.
MGS2.
MGS2 sold a lot more. MGS2 sold the 11.24 million copies, and Snake Eater sold 4.3.
We don't have we didn't even talk about Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I know that you could argue 3A spec. I'm not Connor. I lost. I got what had to happen. Yeah. It's fine to not put it on a PS2 list. That's completely fine.
Okay. So what are we doing for MGS?
I put them both on there, Connor.
No,
don't be a coward. I will say put them both on there.
No.
I don't know what you want from me.
It's really impossible for me too. I don't know.
I think my argument holds some level of weight of like this is the modern Metal Gear experience compared to MGS2 being.
Did you watch that TikTok I sent you with Kojima mapping out MGS2 with Legos? That's
coolest man
so
ever.
Fucking cool. And the fact that like you could see the Legos there and be like, I know exactly what this is. Like, it looks so fucking cool. Yeah.
Kojima never changed.
All right, I'll go with MGS3. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Well, then I'm down for whatever after. I really don't care after that, man. No, you're going to make a Kingdom Hearts 2 argument, I think it should be God of War. God of War, you created Kratos. But then again, do we want to do, like, we know PS4 is going to come around and you do, like,
yeah, you get it again. You get another opportunity for God of War to make.
I know this is the only
Rushmore.
this is the only Final Fantasy opportunity.
And I think
for
you
the
have
rest of
to.
the way.
I think you have to take.
Well,
You already have Final Fantasy on the board. I think you have to take the modern perspective, understanding what God of War became, and I think most people would agree that God of War on the modern consoles is much better than God of War on in its first iteration.
I don't think that people look at the PlayStation 2 and think Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's insane.
As much as they do for Final Fantasy X, God of War.
No, Nick, I don't agree with that. Because if you're talking about Final Fantasy, I think a lot of people go SNES or PS1 with that. You have different generations that you might link onto with the Final Fantasy franchise. If you think Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts in general, you're thinking the PlayStation 2.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Final Fantasy
but I think it is between Kingdom Hearts 2 and God of War. That's the conversation right now.
Final Fantasy X sold 2.6 more million copies than Kingdom Hearts 1.
How much Kingdom Hearts 2 sell?
It's number 11. It sold 3.75. So just
okay.
We could put Metal Gear Solid 2 at this respawn.
We'll meet in the middle, and we'll do Metal Gear Solid 2. This is just tough because there isn't like a great way to decide this.
I think
just other than yelling at each other harder.
I know. Also we've compromised. We did come to a compromise on the first one, and I do think that
I also gave you MGS3 here when I think it should have been 2. I prefer MGS3 to 2, by the way. But I think
good for you, man. I'm proud of you for that.
Barely.
I'm proud of you, though.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, barely for me, too. MGS2 freaking rules, man. Metal Gear's awesome.
I think my argument about Final Fantasy being this established franchise coming into the PS2 is sound, and I think that invalidates it from being in the top 4.
Think of JRPGs, they think of Final Fantasy X, and they think of the PS2.
I disagree. I think there's plenty of people who think of Final Fantasy and they go 7 or 6.
Yeah.
Or 4.
It's Final Fantasy X.
It's damn good. I love this video game, and watching you play right now, I'm having a blast. But Kingdom Hearts is the PS2 for a lot of people, for me included. But then God of War, I think that you can make the similar argument. But then we go to God of War on PS4, and then I think that we have the potential, because that's definitely getting up there for PS4, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we do Kingdom Hearts.
I want to reopen this discussion. Is it Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2?
I think we put 1.
I think we put 1 also.
Okay.
I'm more fine with Kingdom Hearts 1 going on there. Okay. It's a new franchise. It helps define. Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 2, better game by a bit. And getting more Final Fantasy love in that game is awesome. With that being said, Kingdom Hearts 1 is a game-defining, console-defining type of moment. I'm fine with this. So
it defined the console for so many people.
PS2 is GTA San Andreas, is Shadow of the Colossus, Metal Gear Solid 3, Kingdom Hearts. Real quick, it defined the console for so many people, and not having Tekken 3 and having Crash Bandicoot on there is boiling my blood right now. It is making me lose my shit.
I think that makes perfect sense.
Oh man. Oh gosh. So much better game. Sold more copies. I tried.
Okay.
PlayStation 3. Put The Last of Us on the board. Put Uncharted 2 on the board, and then we can talk.
Does the Uncharted franchise not split itself a little bit?
No. Okay. It's Uncharted 2. It's Uncharted 2 with a bullet. The PlayStation 3 might be... the PlayStation 3 is Uncharted, and then it's Uncharted 2. The best game on the PlayStation 3 is The Last of Us. And then we can talk, And I know, 2 Naughty Dog games. It doesn't matter. That is the correct... I once again, I think it's the Gran Turismo on the PS1 argument. I care about this. I love when we do this because we both actually really give a shit about what actually ends up here, and it results in great conversation.
God of War 3, Heavy Rain.
Sure. GTA 5.
Yes.
Little Big Planet.
2. Let's just do 2.
No, I would argue 1. I'd argue 1. You get the birth of Sackboy. Sackboy came out of that hospital crying like a little baby.
Okay. I have no comment here. I don't know how to respond to that. What was the one that you said before a little bit?
Freaking stun locked. Yeah. GTA 5.
Yeah. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Yep. No, if you want to write it,
making it.
So this is where we got to start talking third party on how much we want to associate third party with
Infamous 2, or Infamous just in general.
Yeah, Infamous.
Resistance.
Sure.
I think the argument for Resistance is that it was a launch title, and there was very few launch titles that were interesting on the PlayStation 3, and then it established itself and then remained relevant with a solid sequel, and in my opinion, rounding out the trilogy really well with Resistance 3.
Do we want a Dark Souls 3 or Dark Souls 1 on here? Dark Souls 1 would be the game.
It's Demon Souls.
It would be Demon Souls. You're right.
Exclusive, yeah.
Yeah. Are we adding Bethesda and Skyrim and Fallout 3?
These games were fucking busted on the PS3.
Oh yeah,
so I don't.
That's fair.
I think that invalidates them.
Indies. Do we Journey? Limbo.
No.
Journey doesn't even get on the board.
I think it could, but I think it's going to get cut pretty quickly. It's like they're on PlayStation.
It's really funny. Like the reason I feel even more confident with these two being there is like, yeah, because these are in a tier above everything else that we just listed. Like it really comes down to like do you want to add Dead Space? Do you want to put an Assassin's Creed or a Call of Duty? BioShock 1.
Red Dead. BioShock 1 is Xbox.
It's Xbox.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 2 is Xbox. Portal. Xbox.
PC.
Yeah, or PC.
Yeah.
Walking Dead Season 1.
What a great game, but that's not PlayStation.
Would you just
GT 5? Gran Turismo 5?
I don't think that it's making this list.
Do you have the Metacritic
for GT? Yes, I do.
Sorry,
and I'm
for PS3.
Yeah, I'm on 120, and I haven't. Minecraft, it's a lot of this generation's third party. It just is. So but like then I would say, just to kick off the conversation, I think
Killzone 2.
It's not close to anything else that's on here. You can write it, but it's not getting there. I think that we look at this is the easiest one.
Storm.
This is by far the easiest conversation.
You think so? Little Big Planet is next.
Little Big Planet next, 100%. And then it's Infamous or GTA 5 or God of War 3. I would say God of War 3 is not this is not the God of War. I think of PS2 with God of War 1. I think of PS4 with God of War 2018.
I was talking about this Laura before I came over. I think it's GTA 5.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. I mean, you just cannot deny the impact, the power of GTA 5 and how relevant it has stayed since the PS3.
Would you put that also on like the 360 list though?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too.
I think it needs to be on there. It really
Minecraft is
too
Xbox.
Powerful. It's too important of a game to not be on this list.
Minecraft is Xbox.
God of War 3 I think is an argument. Infamous, I think it just never really seemed to break out in the way that I would have liked to have seen it. Like, I think Infamous 1 is a solid first outing. Infamous 2 is a great fucking video game. But I think when it comes to relevance, it stayed within the PlayStation faithful. I don't think anybody was buying a PlayStation to play Infamous 2. You know what I mean? In the same way that people bought PlayStations to play The Last of Us and Uncharted 2.
We need to bring it up. You're not going to like it, but I got to say it. It actually shouldn't go to GTA 5. Mm-hmm. It should go to Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot.
No, it shouldn't.
That is the first major exclusive on this console, selling gangbusters.
God of War 3 is more relevant than MGS4.
Just due to what?
It's linked to PlayStation. And
Metal Gear Solid 4, it's still on the PS3.
There's plenty of people who don't like MGS4.
I'm not one of those people, man.
Infamous is making it on their over now, and maybe they're in a similar tier.
By the way, Metal Gear Solid 4, 6th highest selling game on the console.
Damn.
GTA 5, number 1, obviously. Gran Turismo 5, number 2, and then Drake's Deception, Last of Us, Uncharted 2, and then number 6 is Metal Gear Solid 5 or 4.
I think we do GTA 5 and just
call it there. That's a fine meeting point. Little Big Planet, number 15 on the list. Good for LBP, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what about Mod Nation Racers?
I don't think that they have it in their top probably 100 for sold. Am I doing the writing now?
Yeah. You want this or you got
that? I got one. Let's start with a little game called God of War 2018.
Real quick. The Last of Us, Uncharted 2, Little Big Planet, GTA 5 for PlayStation 3.
God of War 2018 for sure?
Yes.
100%?
Yep, 100%.
Oh, geez. Yep, that's one of the bad markers. I bought markers forever ago for the company just I always have, and I bought bad markers. I need to just go and get some Expos.
Yeah.
God of War, and then I don't think that I think it's God of War and then everything else starts in a tier below. Because after that, it legitimately is a bloodbath.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal, honestly. Spider-Man 1. Did you just write a G that way? That was insane.
I get crazy
with
sometimes.
Like
the middle.
Yeah, the middle of it. That was really weird. That threw me off completely. Spider-Man, Days Gone. No. The Last of Us Part 2. Bloodborne. Oh, shit. I think Bloodborne's probably up there. Ghost of Tsushima. Why are you doing that? Horizon. I think Horizon is PlayStation's biggest new IP that they've had. I don't know, since
Horizon's Gran Turismo,
Uncharted.
baby.
Yeah,
it's like, is it gonna go there? It probably should.
Even though I don't look at that
I can
franchise
also make
like
an argument
fondly.
that Spider-Man is also right there with it.
I agree. What else?
This is all
Uncharted
off the
4.
dome. Yeah,
but I feel like we already have the Uncharted rep.
I don't care about rep. I'm in the boat that every console is a new console. We were talking about it, when you think of PS4.
We made that argument for PS2 though about God of War 2018.
Yeah, but
I think you have to look at the whole picture here.
No, I don't. No, we are talking about the PS4 now, Connor.
Okay.
I will make whatever argument I need to make at whatever time to get my fucking games on these lists, Connor.
A PS5 is going to be impossible because I don't think there's any good answers.
There's one good answer.
It's Astrobot?
And it's Astrobot.
Astrobot.
Uncharted 4.
This has been a blast.
Oh, yeah. This is one of the best podcasts we've ever shot.
Yeah. I can't wait to do it for Nintendo. So the plan for the future, if you're wondering for this, is we're doing PlayStation home consoles today. Then we'll do Nintendo home consoles in the future, and then we'll do a handhelds episode. And I think maybe in the handhelds episode we also do Xbox, because for Xbox One and Series, I don't even know what you would say for that. It would all be third party, and that shit's boring. So I think that Xbox Original and Xbox 360 is a fun conversation. I'm not exactly well versed in Xbox Original, so that's a bit iffy. I think the Xbox 360 is a fun conversation. So maybe we just throw in 360 in with the came out on PS3. Persona 5 came out on PS3.
It's a PS4 game.
I don't think you can allow that. I can't allow it.
I'm right. I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
Actually, it's a PS4 game. Persona 5 Royal.
Okay. It's not making it.
We gotta write MGS5. We gotta first
MGS5.
It's the first important game on the console. It's the first game that's actually important in the generation of.
Bloodborne came out before it.
Really?
Yep. Because I was playing Bloodborne in our childhood home.
Yeah. By 6 months.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I was playing MGS5 in the first month of college.
I associate it this much with this console that I feel confident to put Resident Evil 2 Remake on it. It's where it got revealed. No,
it's not making the list, or it's not making the top 4. So I think that we can give it the shout here, but I don't think it's necessary to
remake. No. And then the question is Red Dead Redemption 2.
No,
highest review game on the console. I don't associate it.
It's just multi-platform, and people associate it with Xbox as well and PC nowadays.
But then why is GTA 5 on this board and not Metal Gear Solid 4?
I think that a GTA 5 is a higher tier than
Red Dead 2.
Any other game.
Yeah.
Like
Minecraft.
It is a GTA. Minecraft is associated with Xbox now because they own Mojang. Red Dead 2, 4th best-selling game of all time. Not even close, though, to what GTA 5 has done. Yeah. And that all starts on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. So even though it has that multi-platform factor in it, I think it's too powerful not to put in the top 4.
We're good on the indie side. Do we want to toss Undertale?
No. I think that's a PC and a Switch game for a lot of people.
Yep. I agree.
PlayStation Vita.
Sure.
Undertale.
No Sekiro love. Monster Hunter World. I'm just thinking like Goaty Noms now too.
No, because like I think that you go to way too many PlayStation first-party games before you get to something like Dark Souls 3. Why go Dark Souls 3 when you can go Bloodborne?
Oh, dude,
is Dark Souls 3 maybe better than Bloodborne for a lot of people? Yes, but like Bloodborne is linked to PlayStation 4.
PlayStation 3 should have been NBA 2K11, by the way, instead of GTA 5. Okay. That game rips.
All right, let's start the battle. Horizon, I think, goes on there.
I actually feel like
I think
that's the number
next
two. yeah.
Because the issue is that Uncharted has a legacy on PlayStation. The Last of Us has a legacy on PlayStation. Spider-Man, there's other Spider-Man games. Horizon is definitively a PS4 game. Like, it got its start there, and it's sold exceptionally well. People fucking love Horizon, whether it seems like it or not on the internet.
I think that this is actually an easier list than we're saying.
What's next up?
Do we want to cross things out first, or do we want to debate what's on there?
I think I have my two.
It's the top two.
Yep.
Yeah, Spider-Man and Bloodborne.
Yeah.
That define the console.
I agree.
Uncharted 4.
I love Uncharted 4. I think The Last of Us 2 is the best game on here. I think that Ghost of Tsushima is better than Spider-Man. Way better than Spider-Man. Not way better. They're both nines. But
yeah,
Spider-Man
Bloodborne being what it is now.
So many people bought PS4s to play Spider-Man. Non-gamers bought PS4 to play Spider-Man. And then Bloodborne, I think that it being exclusive. It's an exclusive, and it's from Software, who is just continued to grow in relevance to the general public, and still to this day, you can only play Bloodborne on a PlayStation console starting on the PS4 at 20 frames per second.
Is this the list?
I think so. Yeah. Sorry, The Last of Us. Sorry,
Uncharted 4. It's so funny where it's like PS3 is Naughty Dog. I also think that the two best games on the PS4, two of the top three, are Naughty Dog games.
Yeah, but I think that the fact that they are so relevant on PS3, Naughty Dog is, I think it hurts their link to the PS4.
Totally.
Whereas God of War reinvigorated itself. Sony Santa Monica became a household name because of God of War 2018 on PS4.
Dude, it's kind of insane to hear, but watch Raising Kratos if you've never seen Raising Kratos. I think it's probably my favorite documentary ever, but also just like, if you want to understand them, they were working on a game that they had to shut down and lost a bunch of their workforce, and it's tragic, and they're like, we have this. If this doesn't work, we're screwed. They probably would have closed down, and then they release one of the best games ever, and it's like, this is awesome. Shout out to Corey Barlog and that team, dude.
PlayStation 5. Astrobot. Real quick, I keep forgetting to do this.
Oh, yeah.
PS4, Mount Rushmore, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, Bloodborne. The definitive list. Astrobot is the PS5 game at this point. Yep. Then what? Do we put Ghost of Yotei or Death Stranding 2 from this year on it? I feel like it's too
early,
soon to tell. I can't. I feel like we're too close to those games.
Here's where I want to start. I think when we look at the PS5, we look at GTA 5. I think PS5, you have to put Elden Ring on this list. It is the most next-gen game. It's the most important next-gen game. This is where I look at and I say next gen.
I see the argument. Throw it below the list at this point, and we'll keep it in mind. Because I don't necessarily disagree with you. Nick is writing Yotei and Death Stranding 2. Returnal.
Yep.
The on the beach bit of Death Stranding 2 is so unnecessary.
Going to the beach, baby.
I hate it.
It's really funny when I'm watching or pulling websites for Goaty stuff, and you have the two sides. Yeah, the people that write it and the people that don't. I will always write it.
Spider-Man 2 needs to be on there on the PS5. No, I think it goes up there immediately.
I'm not putting it up there immediately.
Really?
Yeah.
What other PlayStation 5 exclusive, first party exclusive, is bigger than Spider-Man 2?
I just wrote Spider-Man Miles Morales also.
It's a similar argument that I made with Spider-Man on PS4. There is so many people who would not buy a PS5 until Spider-Man 2 came out. God of War Ragnarok, and then Horizon Forbidden West. I think those are hurt by being cross-gen. Same with Spider-Man Miles Morales.
I don't look at it that way.
Demon Souls remake.
Oh, Demon Souls for sure. I could argue it. Do we want to? Are we bold enough?
I think we write it down here first, and then we'll have that discussion. I think we have to cut everything that's cross-gen. Personally, 7 Rebirth.
It's probably the best game on console outside of Astrobot.
I agree, but trying to think. Final Fantasy 16.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 16 gets on there over Rebirth, I think. Close.
They can't see it, Connor. We don't need to say it when I fuck up. They can't see the board.
Nickel wrote Final Fantasy 21.
I caught it immediately, okay?
Yeah. Final Fantasy 16, before the console came out, was revealed to be exclusive to PS5. I think that elevates it over something like 7 Rebirth. Even though that is also exclusive, it wasn't used to sell the PS5 in the same way.
I want to see. No, I can't.
Cyberpunk 2077.
That came out with the PS4.
Yeah, but it doesn't work on the PS4. Yeah. So like, that is a next gen game.
Oh,
what do we got?
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Yeah, Deathloop.
No. It's funny. That's the next game that's up on this list.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
I'm getting, yeah, you're right. I don't. This is where I drop the exclusivity. I don't care as much. And with that, I'm going to write another game. When I think next gen, I think of this game maybe before anything else. I think of 2 games.
RE4 remake. BG3 was also an Alan Wake 2.
Yep.
Okay.
BG3 and Alan Wake 2 are like
RE4
2 of the most next gen games ever. RE4
revealed at State of Play. Very much associated with the console, I would say.
I could say Tekken
PSVR
8,
2.
Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 are both PlayStation reveals.
Yeah, but
I don't think that they're making this type of list.
Okay, let's.
Silent Hill 2 remake?
No. Well, that was exclusive.
Yeah, that has to be there.
Yeah, I think that's over.
Stellar Blade 2.
Yeah. Rise of the Ronin. Okay, I think this is the list.
Before we hop in, we can take this list in 2 ways. We can say, oh man, there's not a defining PlayStation 5 game. Or we can say that this is by far the best list that we've had because there's so many unbelievable video games on this.
There's so many games, but just nothing is really linked to the PS5 in the same way something like Horizon Zero Dawn is with PS4.
We haven't had a great new IP yet.
Yeah.
Like that's the big part of this generation has been giving and delivering amazing sequels.
It's Astrobot. Technically, you had previous Astrobot games, but this really is the first one.
The game's called Astrobot. Yeah. That's all you got to say there.
I got to get a PSVR 1 so I can play Rescue Mission.
Where does your mind go on what needs to be? It's got to be there.
It's Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, I will argue, is not on this list at all.
Why?
Spider-Man Miles Morales,
Spider-Man 2 was the first major PS5 exclusive game.
Sure.
Because you had God of War Ragnarok and Forbidden West before that, but you could also play those on PS4. So a lot of people did not move over to the PS5 until Spider-Man 2 came out. Ratchet and Clank did not move units. I love Ratchet and Clank, but like Spider-Man 2 is over Ratchet and Clank for sure. For relevance.
When I think about PS2 or PS5, I just don't think about Spider-Man 2.
I mean, that's fair, but I think you're wrong. From a personal perspective, that makes sense. But I think from like an objective, in quotes, perspective, it's Spider-Man 2.
I'll toss it there.
The numbers don't lie. It sold exceptionally well. One of the most iconic characters of all time.
Helldivers 2 has to be on the list too.
I think
it immediately goes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, one more.
By the way, I'm not ready to say that it's over with Spider-Man 2. I'm putting it there.
It is over. I'm putting the kibosh on it.
Elden Ring and wrap it up.
No, I think Demon Souls over Elden Ring.
I promise you, when it's all said and done, when people think of the PS5 and they think about their time gaming on it, people are going to think more about the 200 to 300 to 500 hours that they put in Elden Ring, more so than the 20-hour amazing time that they had with Demon Souls.
I never wrote Death Stranding for PS4.
It's fine. It's not beating out any of those top 4.
I think it needs to be first party, personally.
I don't. If GTA 5, the biggest comp to GTA 5 in modern gaming is Elden Ring.
Not like when it comes to sales
but
and relevance. GTA 5 is like 1,000 times more relevant than Elden Ring, and Elden Ring is majorly relevant.
Yes.
Like that. I'm not trying to minimize.
Elden Ring sold more copies, I believe, than Spider-Man 1 on the PlayStation 4 at this point. Let me double check that.
It's exclusive though. Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
So Elden Ring has PC and Xbox.
Well, now Spider-Man also has PC sales to go along with it. Um, okay, 30 million for Elden Ring.
I think Yote over Elden Ring or Death Stranding 2.
Oh,
I'm not talking about quality.
I know, but those being sequels just immediately like it lessen it to me so much.
Then let's do Returnal.
Returnal's the interesting one. I did want to get there.
Ratchet and Clank has a similar issue as Death Stranding and Yote then, just because it's the fucking 17th Ratchet and Clank game.
Yeah, I'm fine with Ratchet and Clank can go.
Everything
I want to stay in this pocket over here for a second.
It's nothing from there is making it.
Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4 remake, Silent Hill 2 remake, Stellar Blade. I actually really want to stay in this pocket. Baldur's Gate 3, I can argue, is the same thing as Elden Ring. Straight up, arguably the best game on the console. It's stupidly next gen, insane that it exists. How does this game exist? Type of moment. Same with Elden Ring. Alan Wake 2 and Resident Evil 4 remake are the two best looking games on the console. Or we just say that it's Final Fantasy 16 and call it a day because it's the next gen experience and it's exclusive and it's awesome.
If we're not putting Final Fantasy 10 on PS2, we're not putting Final Fantasy 16.
Well, I mean, there's actual competition here where this is a shit show all over the place on arguments on where you want to go with it. I feel fine with these three.
I think those are the correct top three.
I think Helldivers 2 is in the number 2 spot, realistically.
Well, we're not ranking them.
Yeah, I know. But
I think so. What is it between Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Returnal?
I'm taking those two off because Returnal is ahead of those two.
Yeah.
Returnal's ahead of Yote and Death Stranding 2. Taking Spider-Man Miles Morales off. God of War Ragnarok's an interesting conversation. We haven't gone there yet. Demon Souls
we can't with Ragnarok because it's a PS4 game as well. I think that invalidates it.
I so fundamentally disagree with it.
I personally, it's a PS5 game in my perspective, but it undeniably released on both of them.
the PlayStation 5 to play Ragnarok. Like, it did move people to the next generation. Like, it's not that it just didn't stop. In the same way the Miles Morales.
It's just when you're linking these games to a specific console, you can't do that when it released on two consoles.
The GTA 5 shouldn't be on the list. It shouldn't be on the list.
GTA 5 elevates above a lot of these other games when it comes to sales. Yes, I think it does.
I think Elden Ring does.
It's the biggest game of all time.
I think Elden Ring is the most important modern generation game. Period, bar none.
I disagree. Well, I don't know. It's not even close to the same conversation as what we're talking about with the PS3 and GTA 5.
Yeah, because GTA 5 should. I could argue GTA 5 should be on the PS4 list then.
No, because it came out on PS3.
Okay.
I don't hate the idea of putting Elden Ring on there, but I think Elden Ring is a bigger game than Returnal, obviously. But Returnal was one of the first exclusives and new IPs that you can point to on PS5. Demon's Souls is a remake, and I feel like that hurts the argument.
Yeah,
though it's still the best looking game
actually
on the console.
I'm removing Demon's Souls for that argument.
That's fine.
I'm removing Rebirth because it would be Final Fantasy 16 if you're going to point to one of the two.
Yeah. All right, let's throw Elden Ring on there. I'm fine with it.
I actually was going to say we should do 16 over.
No.
Why? It's exclusive and it's awesome.
People hate 16. A lot of people don't like it. I think that's
people are wrong.
Yeah.
Those people. Yeah.
Elden Ring is like universally beloved. I think Returnal is also kind of universally beloved.
I
don't think as many people played it.
Yeah, I think that more people, when they think about their time, when I look at that console nowadays, I do think of Elden Ring. I do. And I think that there's so many people that look at their PS5. Elden Ring came out on PS4 if we want to completely invalidate it, by the way.
That's a great point. It's a really good point.
I disagree with that.
I think Returnal.
I think that going and not Elden Ring is a PS5 game. We always say this. Like,
it also can't. It's not a PS5 game. It's also an Xbox Series game.
Are you saying that God of War Ragnarok is not like because it's also a PS4 game?
I agree that it's a PS5 game.
Then that's what we're talking about. What games define the PS5?
We're fucking splitting hairs here because of trying to rank these on what should get up there, and that is a major factor that it came out on other consoles. Whether or not like it's this big deal to us in like general conversations is one thing, but for this argument, it is a factor.
Let's fist fight.
I think we put Returnal.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel good at like it's the weakest game on here probably on the entire board, but
yeah,
I think it's
probably is.
PS5,
I can't wait to play it.
You'll love it. You love roguelikes, so.
Yeah, can we talk about that? How nice that is for this channel that I actually give a shit about roguelikes.
It frustrates me to no end that I can't enjoy Returnal as much as I would like because it's a roguelike. Because it has so much fucking sauce. I just hate being in the first area over and over.
Where are you at with Saros? Like, are you still
I'm
excited?
Stoked. I'm going to play as far as I can get and hopefully be able to get over the hump a little bit, get further into the game than I did with Returnal.
I do think with you most likely reviewing it, we got a spoiler cast, we got this, that, the next thing, it will force you to push over.
Story focus. I don't know if we're going to be able to do a spoiler.
Oh, you know what I'm saying, though. Like, we got a review coming up. We got content we want to make about it. We go from there. All right. This is awesome. Your PlayStation Mount Rushmore for the PS1, we have Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy VII, Gran Turismo, Crash Bandicoot.
For PS2, we have GTA San Andreas, Shadow of the Colossus, Metal Gear Solid 3, and Kingdom Hearts.
For the PS3, we have The Last of Us, Uncharted 2, Little Big Planet, GTA 5.
PS4 is God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, and Bloodborne.
PS5, we have Astrobot, Spider-Man 2, Helldivers 2, Returnal. Holy shit, what a bad list. Like, what a bad list.
I think that this might be the greatest argument that you can make for why the PS5 is not very good.
But I also think that
lining it up like this, it's like, holy shit.
But also, I think that the giant breadth of games that I just, like, was there a game there that was not an 8.5 or better? But not only 8.5, like, how many 9 out of 10s were there? Compared to when we were doing the PS3, it got rough fast.
Did Sony own any of these studios? Did they own Team
I don't think
Ico
so.
at that point?
No, I don't think
there's
so.
not a single first party game on PS2.
And that's also, yeah, that makes sense for that console.
There is on PS1.
Yeah. And then
I've heard people argue that the PS2 and the PS5 are similar in that way, that like they're really carried by third parties.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It makes
doesn't
sense.
necessarily, like, if the games are good, like, I don't really give that much of a shit.
That's why I think that PlayStation 5 we should have Elden Ring over first party, because who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'm curious. This is the one where, get in the comments. I want to hear your PS5 list. I want to hear where your PS5 list is. Are we moving things, or are we just going drafting this setup?
I think we're just
drafting.
Yeah, let's just draft in the setup.
Okay, sounds good. This is the fun draft.
It'll beg questions as to what the fuck is going on in the background. People will think that this is like a ranking.
Oh yeah.
If they have no context for it.
I think it's a fine ranking for what's number one across the board.
Like, what the fuck is going on with Gran Turismo over there?
I think it's a fine ranking across the board.
Yeah, I think this is a fine ranking. I think people will be like, what is Little Big Planet doing above GTA 5?
I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, like, you look at the number ones. What's the best game on the PS1?
Yeah.
If somebody said Metal Gear, fine. PS2, San Andreas, fine.
Zero Dawn over Bloodborne. What the fuck is going on there?
That's good stuff. Ready? I feel like I should take the first pick here.
Sure.
Because I'm, the young one on this channel. And we're using a slang term that I don't know if you even know the definition of still to this day, Connor. You're so old. Anyways, today we are drafting characters with the most aura. Who's got the sauce? That's what we're doing today. I'm going to take the first pick. And there's nobody more sauced up than the One-Winged Angel. Sephiroth is my first pick. The dude is badass in every version of any game. But I just want to talk about the moment on Junon's canon in Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in any video game ever, and it's all Daddy Sephiroth, baby. That's my first pick.
With my first pick for characters with the most aura, I'm going to go with Master Chief. I feel like every single thing this guy does is the most badass thing you've ever seen in your entire gosh darn life. I pointed that one scene where he gives the Covenant back their fucking bomb, and people play that scene and then put Freebird behind it for like edits on TikTok. I'm like, yep, that shit fucking rules. Master Chief with my first pick. With my second pick, we're going to go with another really stoic, badass character. Lets their actions speak for themselves. We're going to go with Samus Aran. Just an absolute badass. I think that like going on to these hostile environments with the Prime series and just kind of taking care of business is really cool. And just they're a character who says very few words but leaves a really lasting impact.
Samus, it was my number 2. They are aura, and Chief was my number 4. My next choice, this is ridiculous. This is the only time I'll ever draft anyone from this franchise, maybe ever. My next choice is Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow's cool as hell, dude.
Fuck! That was what I was laughing at in the other room before we did this. I was literally going to let them be my last pick and be like, they gave Shadow the Hedgehog a fucking gun. How is he not aura
awesome.
personified?
Yeah. Well, thanks for making my argument for me, Connor. Shadow's rad as hell, dude. Like I'm not into Sonic games like at all, but Shadow's legitimately aura. Like, he's so awesome. And my next pick, I'm gonna go with Orin from Final Fantasy X.
You're taking all my picks. Damn it.
What is this guy's character? Drip. Next, like, he's awesome. He's so cool. So yeah, Orange was my next pick. I love my team.
With my next pick, I'm going to go with the Doomslayer. Just every single time any character interacts with them, they acknowledge the fact that he's one of the most badass, dangerous creatures on the fucking planet. He makes demons run and hide, dude. Like, just so fucking badass throughout the entire Doom franchise. With my fourth pick, we're going to go with Kratos, whether you want to take him in the original run, in the Greek saga, or in the new run on PlayStation 4 and 5. Kratos has just remained a total aura farming character.
I'm gonna go like, this is a draft where I'm going not just like the coolest in my mind, but like aura. Like, who do I think? I'm like, yeah. With my next pick, I'm gonna go with the Ghost Jin from Ghost of Tsushima. There are so many moments in that game. Just any standoff, aura. Just anytime he's rolling up to like a cat, aura. Him on a horse, aura. Like, he is badass. I think that's like one of the coolest parts of that game. It's all about honor and being like, so cool. I love Jin. He's gonna be my next choice. And my last pick, I'm gonna go with Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Has there ever been a trailer for Mortal Kombat that you don't get chills when you see Scorpion? Dude, it's awesome. Yoink, get over here. Like, come on, dude. It's so sick. I could do 25,000 more picks of this. This is like one of my favorite drafts we've done because I just like talking about cool ass characters. Scorpion was my final pick. I adore my team.
I can't believe you still shouted the hedgehog for me.
Eat a butt.
All right. With my final pick, we're going to go with Batman. From the Arkham series. Kevin Conroy, I think, does a lot of the heavy lifting with his voice performance throughout this franchise. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy, a total badass, gives the character a ton of aura.
Leon Kennedy on the board.
So
Johnny Silverhand.
Big Boss.
Oh, Big Boss is a great call.
I take Big Boss over Solid Snake.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Johnny Silverhand, Cloud, I also had on my board.
Geralt.
Agent 47.
Yeah.
Dude is just only aura. Oops, all aura. And then my last one was Sid from Final Fantasy 16. Dude is just the coolest.
I have
coolest guy ever
for my Final Fantasy.
Lightning's great. Yeah. I had 3 Final Fantasy characters. I don't know if the worst part is
Orin and Lightning.
Yeah. Dude, Orin. Orin's so sick. By the way, the reason that this draft exists, I was playing Final Fantasy X today, and I was like, Orin's got aura, dude.
And so many of his fucking lines. You haven't gotten to some of his best, but like,
really?
He just fucking spits
just
bars left and right, dude.
You know who else is probably spitting bars? Our amazing members over on patreon.com/coop64 that keep the lights and mics on here. Thank you just for obviously today's Thanksgiving when we're shooting this. We are so thankful for your support in this past year. It really has not only changed my life, it's changed all of our lives in a major way.
And you allow us to do really fun, stupid things like this podcast. This is such a blast. So, and it's only possible because of all your support.
Shout out to Max.
Blake has a dog.
Brambino.
Cash R.
Chipoy Jake.
Squidalicious.
Jakey P.
Paige E.
Pigeon Power.
Library Daniel.
Tyler.
Sir Shellis.
Raincoat.
Ooh Gracie.
Tuzar.
MG Dunbar.
Mr. Munchies.
Farmer Spud.
Rocket Tater.
Nofi.
Proto Dan.
The Dankest Mike.
Swampy Bits.
Jaxie T.
Tristan C.
Sconesy C.
Striking 1978.
Das Goopy.
Diggleberg Rules.
Cinchuro.
Hook'em Horns.
Go Nash.
Neutral Sphere.
Easton C.
Kingdom Hearts Rules.
Stooby Dooby.
Crispy.
DJ Zach B.
Uli.
Jacob D.
Big Bag.
Metal Nate.
The Patty Cake.
Bear Pog.
Cowboy Jesus.
Mega.
Yogi.
Damn.
Holden M.
Colin C.
Brack.
Voodoo.
Milky Sense.
Alex Golden.
Andrew H.
Master Diz.
Cannon Fire Games.
Only on Rufus.
Drifter X1 Skirt.
Goops.
JMAP B3.
Ali Benali.
Michael.
And Kingdom Hearts Sucks. Thank you for joining us on this episode. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out.